Hello guys! Welcome to our Masterclass Horizon Study Pathway in New Zealand! My name is Mabel Misa. Nandito na po kami ng aking asawa at tatlong anak sa New Zealand. At kausap po natin ngayon ang ating LIA or Licensed Immigration Advisor na si Roel Mercado with 20 years experience. 6,500 na po ang naipadalang mga Pilipino dito sa New Zealand. At ngayon po, mas maiintindihan natin or mas malalaman natin ano nga ba yung tamang way na papunta dito. Ruel?
Well, thank you so much, Kiora, everyone, and welcome to this masterclass for Study Pathway. I'd like to recognize you, Mabel. No? Mabel is a very successful business entrepreneur who lived in Japan for more than 20 years. And finally, after repeated attempts, now she and her family are now perfectly settled in Auckland. So how does it feel, Mabel? Welcome to Auckland.
Sobra hindi ko sukat akalain na ganito pala yung experience ko dito. Ang ganda ng nature, sobrang peaceful, ang bilis mag-drive. Hindi lang yon yung mga anak ko talaga going to school, pwede po silang maglakad, sobrang safe ng pakiramdam. Kaya salamat talaga, nasa New Zealand na ako.
We're so happy. We're so happy for you and your family. I think this will bring excitement sa ating mga nanonood. We're going to give insights sa mga nag-aaral. Bakit sila nag-aaral? And is there really a pathway for a residence visa? So, let's start.
Imagine standing at the airport. Your bags are packed, your children are holding your hand, your parents are trying not to cry. You are about to leave behind everything familiar: your career, your home, your friends, your comfort zone. And you are doing it for one reason: a better future. A future where your children have more opportunities, a future where your family feels secure. A future where all your sacrifices finally mean something. But before you take that first step, there is one question that could change everything. Am I taking the right path? Every year, thousands of Filipinos invest their life savings into studying overseas. Some eventually become permanent residents. Some become citizens. Others spend years and thousands of dollars only to discover they chose the wrong course, the wrong strategy, or received advice that did not fully consider their long-term immigration goals. The difference is rarely intelligence, it is rarely hard work, and it is almost never luck. The difference is having the right advice before making one of the biggest decisions of your life. Today, I'd like to show you why that first decision matters so much and how it could save your family years of frustration, heartache, and unnecessary expense. Two people leave Manila with the same degree, the same savings, and the same dream of New Zealand. 3 years later, one family is living in Auckland as permanent residents. Their children are attending local schools. Their future is secure. The other family is still struggling, thousands of dollars poorer, no closer to residency than the day they started. Same dream, very different outcomes. And the difference wasn't money. It wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It was the path they chose on day one.
Sobra, ang hirap pala magkamali doon sa decision. Can you please elaborate it more? Kasi sobrang, interesting na malaman at maintindihan natin, no?
Yes, hindi to unusual, Mabel. No? In fact, I can recall na meron akong isang client who came to me, hindi siya makakuha ng trabaho. He was processed by another agency, and when had a review ng kanyang course na pinag-aralan, it was really not relevant sa kanyang work experience. And that explains why. No? Hindi po garantisado na kapag nag-aral kayo ay makakakuha agad kayo ng trabaho, which would lead to residency. And this is the topic na hihimay-himayin po natin as we go through this masterclass presentation.
For almost 20 years, Horizons Immigration has assisted more than 6,500 individuals and families, and our residence applications have achieved a 98% approval rate. While every case is different and no outcome can ever be guaranteed, our experience has taught us one thing: the right advice at the beginning often makes all the difference. Now let's begin. What usually goes wrong? Someone decides they want to study in New Zealand. They begin searching for help, and they discover two options: a licensed immigration advisor or a study agency offering student visa assistance at a lower cost. Naturally, many people choose the lower cost option, and that's understandable. Many study agencies provide valuable assistance to students by helping them identify suitable schools, understand admission requirements, and complete enrollment processes. Their expertise is education. A licensed immigration advisor serves a different purpose. Their expertise is immigration law, policy, and long-term migration planning. While a study agency may help you choose a course, a licensed immigration advisor helps you understand how that course may fit into your broader immigration goals. They assess matters such as residency pathways, professional registration requirements, work rights, policy changes, and potential immigration risks that may affect your future plans. The difference isn't about one service being better than the other. It's about understanding that they perform different roles. When you're investing significant time, money, and effort into building a future for your family, it's important to ensure that your educational decisions are aligned with your long-term immigration objectives.
So Ruel, sa pagkakaintindi ko, may mga kulang pala dun sa mga agency para sa mga students. Tama ba ako?
Well, tama ka, Mabel. Although we celebrate yung importance ng mga education agents, hindi sapat, no? Kung gusto lang nila yung mag-aral, they are really in good hands, no? To be guided by an education agents. Pero kung gusto pala nila talaga ay mag-migrate, then ang kailangan nila is a licensed immigration advisor who would give them guidance. Hindi lang mag-aaral, kung hindi ano ba yung mga trabaho na posibleng magkaroon ng skilled job offer which will eventually lead to a residence visa. So it's becoming more interesting. Let's continue.
Where professional immigration advice can make a meaningful difference. Because moving overseas is not simply an educational decision, it's a life decision. Why New Zealand? Most people aren't searching for a new country, they're searching for a better future. For many families, New Zealand represents exactly that: a country known for safety, fairness, opportunity, and quality of life. A place where public health care helps protect families from unexpected medical costs. A place where children can access world-class education. A place where work supports life rather than consuming it. Many migrants are surprised by the lifestyle: less time commuting, more time with family, more time outdoors, more time actually enjoying the life they're working so hard to build. New Zealand also has a large and growing Filipino community. Thousands of Filipino families have successfully built their lives there.
What can you say, Mabel?
Sobra yung experience ko dito kasi unang-una yung sa health insurance. Sa Japan may health insurance din kami pero dito wala kaming bayad. Ni maglabas ng pera, hindi ko yun naranasan. Pangalawa, yung tuition fee ng mga bata. Donation po yung ginawa namin pero wala silang tuition fee. Sobrang laki ng savings na nangyari. At pangatlo, yung sa Japan, 'di ba, yung language napakahirap intindihin. Ngayon,
Yes.
pumunta ka sa doktor, mag-grocery ka, lumabas ka or sino man yung kausapin mo, puwedeng-puwede mo siyang maintindihan. At yung mga bata napaka-safe po nila. Naglalakad sila papunta ng school, hindi namin sila hinahatid. Pero alam mo yung hindi ka kakaba-kaba kasi alam mong uuwi sila sa bahay mo na very safe. So talagang
Yeah.
thank you sa New Zealand.
Yeah, I was so happy, no, na I was part of the increase in the community dito sa New Zealand. Noong pumunta kami dito over 20 years ago, 5,000 lang kami. Ngayon, 100,000 na tayo mahigit, ano? So, and I'm so proud na the Philippines has been recognized, no, ng mga employers and also by the government. Tayo po mga Pilipino, we bring so much skills that can contribute to the economy of New Zealand. Let's continue.
Many have gone on to become New Zealand citizens. One of the most attractive aspects of certain study pathways is the opportunity for families to remain together. For generations, many overseas opportunities required parents to leave loved ones behind. But under some New Zealand study pathways, husbands, wives, and children may be able to accompany the principal student. For many families, that's one of the most important benefits of all.
I'm sure ito rin ang reason, Mabel, kung bakit mo kinonsider ang New Zealand, no? The family is united na magkakasama.
So yes, sobrang relate ako dito kasi meron din kaming staff sa Japan. IT siya, hindi niya nakasama yung kanyang pamilya for many years. Talagang alam mo yung depression, yung suffering na gano'n na hindi mo pala sila madadala kaagad-agad. So, paano ba sa New Zealand?
I'm happy to inform lahat ng mga nanonood, Mabel, that New Zealand is one of the most considerate countries pagdating sa migration. They value itong families and their contribution. Alam din natin, kung ikaw ay nagtatrabaho, mas maganda kung kasama mo sa pinagtatrabaho mo yung family for family support. And this happens sa mga nagtatrabaho sa Singapore. Hindi nila talaga makasama ng buong buo yung kanilang partner, pati mga bata na privilege na mag-aral, no, sa Singapore as a local student. And also sa mga nanonood po sa atin, yung mga nasa Saudi, nasa Dubai, nasa Kuwait, nasa Oman. Ang alam ko po, kaya po tayo nagtatrabaho ay para din sa kapakanan ng ating mga pamilya. Ang good news, sa pag-aaral po dito sa New Zealand, pwede nyo po makasama ang inyong pamilya, especially yung mga bata, no, na from 5 years old to 18 years old, libre po sila mag-aaral dito sa New Zealand. Yeah. So this is more exciting. Let's continue.
Why work with a licensed immigration advisor? There are 6 important reasons. First, licensed immigration advisors are legally authorized to provide immigration advice under New Zealand law. Second, their responsibility is to you. Their role is to help you understand your options, identify risks, and make informed decisions. Third, they understand how study pathways, work experience, professional registration, and residency opportunities fit together. Fourth, they are regulated and accountable under a professional code of conduct. Fifth, once appointed, they can communicate directly with Immigration New Zealand on your behalf.
Pag-usapan natin ito, Mabel, gaano ba ka-importante na ang iyong visa application ay represented ng immigration advisor?
Kasi unang-una, pagka yung naisip ko pa lang na ako yung makikipag-communicate at may tawag na mag-i-English ako na ang hirap po ng accent ng mga New Zealander. According to my experience, no, talagang hindi ko sila maintindihan. Medyo nahihirapan ako talaga at yung kaba, yung risk na ipuput ko yung visa ko para sa mga ganong bagay, I don't think so. Parang pwede niyo ba itong i-explain na mabuti para sa akin?
Normal yan. Hindi lahat ay may confidence, no, na makipag-usap dahil natatakot sila na baka yung masabi nila ay in conflict o misleading or may mga information na nabi-withhold. Tayo po ay direct na nakipag-usap sa mga visa officers ninyo and we have a very good relationship with them, no, because we completely understand the policy or the immigration instructions. In fact, bago pa magkaroon ng mga changes, may mga webinars na kinoconduct together with Immigration New Zealand para explain sa atin kung paano yung process ng mga changes. And I think, no, hindi lahat, tama ba, Mabel? Hindi lahat confident na mag-apply, no? And this is where immigration advisors come in, no? Sige, tuloy natin.
And sixth, many families need support long after the visa is approved. For almost 20 years, Horizons has been based in New Zealand and has helped thousands of migrants successfully settle into their new lives. Our support doesn't stop when a visa is approved. Because we have lived and worked in New Zealand for many years, we understand the practical challenges that new migrants face when they arrive. Finding accommodation, enrolling children in school, opening bank accounts, understanding local systems, building professional networks, adjusting to life in a new country. Where possible, we help clients prepare for these challenges before they even arrive in New Zealand. Because successful migration is not just about obtaining a visa, it's about building a successful life after arrival. And we believe good advice should support both. The importance of an eligibility assessment. Every successful immigration journey begins with clarity, not with a course, not with an application, but with understanding. Before spending thousands of dollars on tuition fees, you deserve answers to some important questions. What options are available? What challenges might you face? And is your goal realistically achievable? That's exactly what an eligibility assessment is designed to answer. During a one-on-one consultation, a licensed immigration advisor reviews your qualifications, employment history, family circumstances, and long-term objectives. Following that review, you receive a detailed written assessment outlining your potential pathways, opportunities, risks, and recommended next steps. Most importantly, you gain clarity. No guessing, no assumptions, no expensive surprises later. Just a roadmap tailored to your circumstances.
I'd like to elaborate further dito, Mabel, kasi napaka-importante yung tinatawag nilang eligibility assessment. As mentioned, ito yung one-on-one. We talk to them online, normally Zoom, no? It's a minimum 1 hour conversation with them. And after that, we spend time naman para gumawa ng aming written report. Kung anong pinag-usapan namin, we highlight kung anong aming recommendation, but at the same time, dinidiscuss namin yung mga immigration policies and also the applicable type of visa na pwede nilang applyan. Ano? I'd like to give more examples kapag ka nag-eligibility assessment tayo. So example, in one of my recent assessments, isang nurse, Mabel, no? Ang unang tinatanong is, paano isang nurse maging residente sa New Zealand? And this is where we come in. We review the CV, we analyze. Pwede ba siya mag-apply under the straight to residence visa type, or pwede rin siyang mag-apply ba under sa skilled migrant category? Kung nahihirapan naman siya sa nursing registration dahil napakataas ng English requirement, pwede rin ba siya mag-apply under the care, workforce, work to residence visa pathway? So napakahalaga po ng eligibility assessment. Even before you consider studying to New Zealand, it's best na ma-assess po natin kung paano kayo magiging residente. Another example, yung mga karamihan ay galing sa mga profesyon, sa mga corporations or companies having completed Bachelor in Commerce. Ang unang tanong nila, paano ako magiging residente? Kailan ba maging manager ako? This is where we come in kasi may mga positions in the administration roles na pwede po namin ma-consider as skilled at pwede po sila mag-apply for residence visa if they are given in that skilled job offer. Yeah. So let's continue.
Let me show you what that looks like in practice. Francis's story. Francis came to us with a computer science degree and years of IT experience. After reviewing his background, we recommended a 1-year postgraduate diploma pathway. He successfully completed his studies and moved on to a post-study work visa. Everything seemed to be progressing well, but during our planning process, we identified a potential issue. His qualification alone would not provide enough points for residency. Without proper planning, he could have spent valuable time pursuing a pathway that might not achieve his ultimate goal. Instead, we explored another option. Because of his technical background, we helped him obtain professional registration through Engineering New Zealand. That registration significantly strengthened his position. Combined with his employment, It ultimately helped him secure residency. The lesson isn't simply that Francis achieved residency. The lesson is that identifying opportunities early can save years of uncertainty. Jamie's story. Jamie's journey was completely different. She held an MBA and had years of banking experience. Rather than continuing in banking studies, she chose a master's degree in logistics. Many people assume their future skilled job must exactly match the qualification they study. Jamie's experience proved otherwise. Following graduation, the skilled employment supporting her residency pathway was actually connected to her previous banking background. Her prior experience remained valuable. Her New Zealand qualification expanded her opportunities rather than limiting them. That's an important lesson. No two immigration journeys are identical. What worked for Francis would not necessarily have worked for Jamie. And what works for Jamie may not be the best solution for someone else. Successful immigration planning is not about finding the perfect course. It's about finding the right strategy for the individual.
Bago tayo patuloy na mag-discuss nito, no, gusto kong i-further digest itong dalawang cases natin, Mabel. Yung isa is an IT professional. Kala ng iba, kailangan systems analyst ka or a application or software engineer para maging residente. Hindi po ito laging ganito. This is a misnomer. If you are an IT professional, pwede ka rin naman magtrabaho dun sa mga as a help desk support or an ICT sales na pwede rin po nating magamit, no, para maging residente. And another one, yung isa, business ang kanyang course, no? And nag-aral siya na Masters in Logistics. Pero na-identify po namin na hanggat wala pa siyang magandang skill job offer sa area ng logistics, nakita po namin that she worked as a banker for so many years, more than 20 years. So ito po yung ginamit namin dahil nakita namin that being a banker is also considered skilled. At yun po yung ginamit natin para mag-apply siya ng residence visa. So it's really very exciting for everyone, Mabel.
There is also encouraging news for prospective students. Recent skilled migrant category changes have made certain pathways more straightforward than before. For example, a New Zealand master's qualification may now contribute significantly toward residency requirements. In August 2026, a student with a bachelor's degree from overseas and a completed master's qualification will gain 6 points, which is the minimum required points for a residence visa under the skilled migrant category.
Kailangan isingit ko lang ito, Mabel, kasi very good news ito sa ating mga nanonood, no? In August, beginning this year, lahat po ng nag-complete ng master's or level 9 qualification will be accorded 6 points, which is the minimum points required para mag-apply under the skilled migrant category. And do you know na yung mga masters, yung mga education providers sa New Zealand, they are now offering even 1 year. Dati po, 1.5 years to 2 years para makompleto yung masters. Now, you can just take 1 year masters in, say, business management or project management. And the beauty of that is pwede po kayo mag-aral ng 25 hours per week. But the good news po, dun sa mga mahilig talaga mag-aral, we have masters by research wherein you can work full-time habang nag-aaral. No? And at the same time, yung inyo pong partner is accorded 1 year work rights. And then, what happens kapag natapos po yung kanilang 1 year na masters, we now apply for a 3 years open work visa. At yung mga wives, no, or yung partners, binibigyan din po ng 3 years open work visa. So in effect, no, Mabel, yung partner nabigyan ng 4 years work rights. Ang mga bata po nag-aaral initially ng 1 year, domestic, and then we are able to extend it for 3 years. And this is already very exciting kasi may mga nangyayari po na kapag naka-first year sila na naka-open work visa and we were able to guide them, no, and confirm na yung kanilang trabaho is skilled, then we apply for the residence visa as a family. Wow!
Grabe.
So, oo nga, it's possible na hindi nila matatapos yung kanilang 3 years open work visa. Pwede pong on the first year ay residente na sila ng New Zealand, no? Yan. So, yes, let's further discuss yung mga good news.
The remaining requirements are a skilled job offer and meeting the health, character, and English requirements. For many students, this makes New Zealand study pathways even more attractive. But every case remains different, which is why personalized advice remains so important. Does it work for my background? One of the most common questions we hear is, will this work for someone like me? The answer is often yes. Over the years, we've assisted thousands of people from a wide range of professional backgrounds. Nurses, engineers, teachers, architects, accountants, IT professionals, business professionals, and many others. These occupations are now mostly in the green list for the straight-to-residence pathways. We have also processed healthcare workers who are now residents, and this occupation is now pursued under the Care Workforce Work-to-Residence pathway. The reality is that there is rarely just one pathway. There are often multiple possibilities. The challenge is identifying which one best fits your qualifications, experience, family circumstances, and long-term goals. That's exactly what an eligibility assessment is designed to do. For those who have not completed a master's qualification, you may benefit from the latest addition to residence pathways. Immigration New Zealand has announced further changes to the skilled migrant category that will take effect from August 2026. These changes introduce new residence pathways and provide clearer opportunities for many skilled migrants, particularly those working in trades, technical occupations, and professional roles. The government has also introduced what are known as the Red List and Amber List occupations. Occupations in the hospitality industry, such as chef, baker, pastry cook, health and beauty professionals, such as beauty therapist, massage therapist, and even hairdresser, and many more. These lists are designed to manage immigration risk and ensure that residence pathways remain focused on genuine skill shortages and workforce needs.
Wow, sobrang dami. Merong red list, amber list. Can you please elaborate more na dahil ang dami palang mga Pilipino na po pwede na talagang mag-New Zealand?
Yes. Hindi lang yung mga professionals ang kailangan ng New Zealand, Mabel. Kailangan din natin yung katulad ng mga na-identify natin, no? Cafe manager, mga chef, mga pastry baker. In fact, kailangan din po natin dito yung mga mahilig sa mga massage. Pero ito mga massage therapist, mga beauty consultants, and even yung mga hairdressers. No? This list, amber at saka yung red list, nag-open siya ng doors para sa mga kailangan din ng New Zealand who will contribute to the economy. So it's really very exciting. Hindi lang mga professionals, kundi pati mga trades and specialists. Welcome na welcome. So I'm calling the attention po yung ating mga trade specialists. Come to New Zealand. Now is the best time to come.
For some occupations, the pathway to residence may become more straightforward. For others, additional requirements may apply before residence can be granted. Final thoughts. As we come to the end of today's presentation, I'd like you to think about something. One day, your children may ask why you made the decision to move. They won't remember the paperwork. They won't remember the visa forms. They won't remember the sleepless nights. What they'll remember is the life you built for them, the opportunities they received, the education they enjoyed, the safety, stability, and future that came from one courageous decision. Perhaps today is the beginning of that story. Not because you enrolled in a course, not because you submitted a visa application, but because you chose to seek the right advice before taking the first step. A consultation cannot guarantee a visa, No honest advisor can promise that, but it can give you something just as important: a clear understanding of your options, a strategy tailored to your circumstances, and the confidence that you're making decisions based on professional advice rather than guesswork. If New Zealand is part of your dream, don't leave something this important to chance. Talk to a licensed immigration advisor. Ask the questions, understand your options, and discover the pathway that may be right for you and your family.
Wow, what do you think, Mabel? Nakaka-relate ka ba?
Yes, ang unang-una kong ano dito is, no guys, ang hirap magkaroon ng risk, maling desisyon. This is the biggest decision na gagawin mo sa buhay mo kasama ang iyong pamilya. At kung hindi mo alam yung right path, yung right strategy, kailangan mo talaga ng licensed immigration advisor. So, yun, Ruel Mercado.
Well, maraming salamat po for joining with us in this masterclass about a study pathway for New Zealand. Overall, ang aking payo sa mga is favorable on your side, make a very swift decision. Especially at this time, Mabel, sa kaguluhan sa iba't ibang parte ng mundo. Nothing is very certain. And makikita po natin na one by one, yung mga countries po na naka-experience po ng mga threats, nagsasara po sila, no? Nagbababa sila ng mga immigration targets. Nakita po natin yan sa Amerika, nakita po natin yan sa Canada, and even sa Australia, no? From 540,000 migrants, for this year, ang kanilang target na lang ay about 150 or 160,000. Even sa Europe, nagsasara po sila. I think, sa akin lang, Mabel, kapag ka nararamdaman o nakikita ng mga countries na mayroong threat sa kanilang peace and order, nagsasara po sila ng borders, no? And I'm so happy to inform everyone na open pa din ang border ng New Zealand. And I hope that you will decide to come to New Zealand at this time kung sa tingin niyo po ay favorable ang inyong circumstances to apply for a residence visa using the study pathway. In the end, ang aking po masasabi lagi is ang success po sa immigration, it always begins with an accurate advice. So thank you so much for attending this masterclass at maraming salamat, Mabel, for joining me, and join me again sa susunod pang masterclass. Mabuhay po ang bawat isa. Salamat.